Hi, I'm Dave Vickers and welcome to the Photo Show. In the last few years, camera phones have been getting better and better. And with the advent of things like Twitter and Instagram, more and more people are taking photos on their phone and uploading them directly to the web. So today we're going to take a look at this, the Nokia Lumia 1020 Windows phone. It's probably the best camera phone you can get on the market at the moment. It has a 41 megapixel sensor and a ton of options to allow you to manually control the photos you're taking. It also shows video in 1080p, and still images can be captured in both JPEG and DNG Raw format. So let's have a look through some of the features on this camera and also show some of the images that I've taken with it over the last couple of months. Okay, this is the Nokia Lumia 1020 Windows phone. This isn't actually a review of the phone. What we're actually looking at this time is the camera on this phone. So if I turn the phone over, you can see it's got this bulge on the back of it, and that's the camera unit itself. And you can see by the specs there, saying it has a 41 megapixel sensor with Carl's Zeiss pure view lens. It's got a couple of little flash options as well there. Now I've been playing with this for a couple of months now, and it is probably the best camera phone on the market. So many times now when you're out and about without a camera with you, you've always got your mobile phone with you. And I'm finding now I'm less and less taking out compact cameras and even the little bridge camera I used to take out with me. This thing shoots amazing photographs, 1080p video as well, which is quality is amazing. We'll have a look at some of those in a while. But the interesting thing about this as a camera phone is it has an awful lot of manual options. So let's have a look at some of the options you've got with this phone. Okay, so that's the business side of the phone looked at. Let's have a look at actually taking some photos with the phone itself. Just turn the phone on, flip it open. Now you can press the shutter button and that will activate the camera straight away. So there we are, we're in the live view of the camera now. And you can see a lovely big screen on this. You've got the options here for using the camera, the video, or storing the files. You can use this button here to take a photograph, so you just push that there, and that'll focus, then take a shot. And you've also got a dedicated shutter button on the top of the camera phone as well, so you can just use it like a point and shoot. So I've got it on the screen there. If you want to zoom in, you can just slide your finger up the screen, or you can do it as a pinch movement as well. And there you go, you come in nice and close there. And again, you can take another shot there, focus up. Saving the image. Okay, so that's the basic camera operations, like in any other camera. But where it gets different now is if you just drag the shutter button towards the center, you suddenly get all of these other options. You've now got options to adjust white balance, focus, ISO, shutter speed, and exposure compensation. So let's just grab the white balance slider here and start to move it up. And you can see starting to go through cooler ranges. You've got a bunch of different settings here, from tungsten lighting through daylight, cloudy situations, and back to auto. Next up here you've got manual focus. So again, same thing, just grab the slider, and as you move it up, the camera will focus manually. So again, you could use this for some macro close-up shots, shots where you want selective focus in it. Next up you have the ISO settings, which on this runs from 100 ISO all the way up to 4000 ISO. So again, if you're shooting in low light, you've got plenty of range of ISOs to go through there if you want to use it manually. Next in line we have the shutter speed, which on this runs from 1/16,000th of a second all the way down to, going through all the options, 4 seconds. So you could use this to shoot long exposures. There is an attachment you can get to put it on a tripod, so you could set it up and shoot some long exposure shots with it as well. Let's bring that back down there. And finally you've got an exposure compensation on this, where you can drop it down to to -3 stops, and again push it the other way up to +3 stops. So you've got an awful lot that you can adjust as you go along to manually set up your camera if you want to. So you drag that back across there. There we go, and now you're back into the live view for the settings. So let's pinch that back down again, zoom back out. I mean, with the 41 megapixel sensor, you can see now if we zoom in on the image and focus up, you're getting a lot of detail. It's also worth, you could take all the shots in the full width view there and crop them down later with the amount of information you're getting. I think this actually shoots in 2 formats. Let's have a look at the settings now. So if you push the little thing there, you get some options here. We'll look at those, but let's start off looking at the settings. So we have focus assist light, framing grid you can add in for a rule of thirds, aspect ratio 16:9 or 4:3, so you can switch that around. As you can see here, the JPEG option shoots actually 2 files, a 5 megapixel one and a 34 megapixel one. So you've got the 5 megapixel one, which if you're sharing via message or uploading to the internet, you've got a smaller size, and a 34 megapixel image that you can pull directly off of the phone to use in your photo editing software. The options here as well, you also have the option to shoot as a 5 megapixel JPEG and a 34 megapixel DNG Raw file. So not only does it shoot huge JPEGs, but it also shoots DNG Raw files as well. That's basically it for the setup for the imaging there. But as you can see, you've got an awful lot of options here for using the camera manually. And I'm finding I'm not taking little compact cameras out with me at the moment. If I'm going out and about, I've got the phone with me, and I know that if I need to, I can still get pretty decent shots. That's a rundown of the basic camera options on the phone. There are other things you can do. There's a bunch of lenses where you can shoot panoramas and action shots and things like that. But we'll shoot another video another time and look at those in more detail. For now, let's have a look at a couple of bits of HD video that I've shot on the phone and a bunch of the photos that I've taken over the last couple of months. For now, I'm Dave Vickers. This is The Photo Show. Thanks for watching.